Oh, what's up, everybody? I'm completely solo right now, which was very alarming.
I messed with you a little bit.
I was just like, what the flip?
Where'd he go?
So shout outs to everybody. Yo, man, it's true. You and I were talking about this a couple, weeks ago, that it's been a minute since we've done like just the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we used to, back in the day, we would end up sometimes doing the show because, you know, Tobi couldn't call in and Wendell couldn't come through.
Yeah, so it'd just be El Doce doing the whole thing you talk on, you know, theories and whatnot. And I believe it was during those sessions where like I was just like, Punisher shout. And then, you know, Punisher happened.
And then the
X-Men call out and I'm just like, hey, I noticed Marvel on this X-Men thing. I guess they're gonna buy back Fox. Whoops. So Kevin.
So first off, I want to say shout outs to the guys who are tuned in already. We got Phil, who's tuned in. Up. We got Devin, who's tuned in already. Yeah, you know, we're going to be talking about Loki again, so hopefully people are down to hear us talk about it. Also, we already have 6 people watching, and I feel like number 6 is a nice number, so I'll bring it up. Geektastic Cypher, Cult MTL, we got number 6. Number 6, Best in the City podcast. And I know last year we were number 3. For me, at any point we're in the top 10. If there's no other geek show above us, we're still number 1.
For real.
Because the people who are going to vote for other shows are going to vote for a whole bunch of other shows. But when it comes to geek content, if we're still the top geek show, then that for me is always a victory. And I you know, respect everybody else out there. You know, a lot of great shows on that list, but none of y'all are geek shows. There's a very specific type of show that we do, and we're still the top version of that show.
Yeah, we're still out here in terms of, I mean, personally, the ones that are above us, I've never personally listened to them, but I just feel like content-wise, we're it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a hip-hop mentality. You're supposed to think that you're better than everybody. So that's it. We're coming from hip-hop roots here. That's what we're about.
Yo, dude, it's wild. That was pretty fun to see that. You know, I was really excited. Shout outs to Wizzy. He made it into the top 10 for radio show.
Yeah.
Got number 8. So Morning Detour. So that's amazing, man. I mean, you know, Franklin, we keep doing things. We keep doing big things. So yeah, number 6. Thank you for everybody who voted, for everybody who's been supporting us, for everyone who's been there from jump. We really appreciate you guys. It's a constant growth and you know, just being better. Also, if you guys are tuned into this, if you are somehow or possibly listening to that new audio stream that we have, just testing it out, let us know how it sounds, because we're testing out something. So if you go to franklinarmstrong.com/live, at the top there's this audio player, and you can check us out and tell us how we sound, how it looks to you, how it feels to be listening to us on this audio stream, this new audio stream that we got going. I'm gonna test it right now in one ear, see how we sound right here real quick, because I've been having it play for a minute. It's gonna throw me off because I'm gonna hear myself echoing,
and it might be like a couple of seconds behind. So
yeah, I forgot it's a full minute behind, so it's not that
that'll be weird for you.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna stop that because that was odd. That was hearing myself. It's like I'm in the future. Speaking of time travel.
No, you can't do that. No.
Not yet. I gotta wait.
Not yet. No,
I gotta wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I feel like this. Usually we would talk about stuff like this in the geek news and rumor section, but I feel like this conversation kind of has to happen now because it's so fucking crazy.
Yep.
Just completely insane. I don't even understand what's going on.
For sure. Let me before we even get into it, you're going to get into it but he for sure does. Because he's Bruce Wayne, and you're not going to get with that many women. And listen, women talk.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be Bachelor Man around Gotham City and girls going around be like, you know, Bruce don't do that. You know, Bruce don't damn it. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I feel like Selena Kyle would have spoken up and mentioned, hey, look who's here.
Hey, look who decided to show up. Mr. I got a haircut. Did you get a haircut? God damn it!
What happened? You said you were gonna keep it going. Why the change? For anybody who's listening, Dave just jumped in.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas looking ass nigga.
Say what you want. Say what you want. No, summer. It's all because of summer, and I know that the first concert that I'm going to, which is the only time I'd really want long hair,
so you can headbang. So that's right. Throw particles at other humans.
That's exactly it. Because I never did as a child, and I'm gonna do it anyway. So that
you never headbanged as a child.
Not with like long hair.
Oh,
I never grew out hair before.
Which concert is it you wanted to go to?
I'm going to the Saint and Sinners tour. It's with Moist. What's it called? Big Wreck and the Tea Party.
But when is this show?
It's November.
All right.
Oh, okay. So you have time to grow it out again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Because the summertime was just too much. Sorry, too much.
Yeah, all y'all white people and your long hair in the summer. I don't know how you do it. You see, we like to keep a nice clean fade cut going on over here. Nice.
I don't have hair. I'd like to have anything. I don't. I mean,
But you want to have your hair?
What? Yes, better than this shit. Like, come on.
I thought you liked having the bald head.
That's not a bald head. That's a Jefferson crown, sir. I have to keep the bald head to keep that, A-okay. But that's a Jefferson crown. Yes, you know the George Jefferson.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
East side. My bad. What am I saying?
It's a Jefferson crown.
I don't want to laugh, but when you say it like that, it's hard not to laugh at it.
Yeah, right?
That's what I coined it, and I love it, and that's it. So hey, I'm gonna make a T-shirt of that just with my head, and it's gonna say Jefferson Crown around it.
Okay, so we got to talk about it, and it's kind of crazy. Batman. So the creators of Harley Quinn were doing an interview with Variety, and they were talking. They were talking to Variety was talking to a whole bunch of creators who were talking about The Boys, who were talking about Umbrella Academy and all these different people, all these different shows, and how they're changing the whole concept of the superhero genre. And then when they got to the people from Harley Quinn, they were talking about how DC didn't let them do a specific thing. And I was just like, oh, okay. DC out here censoring. And that specific thing was Batman doesn't eat the kitty. They're like, Batman doesn't go down on Catwoman. We can't allow that. That's too far. And the quote is, heroes don't do that.
Oh, yes, they do.
How do they have children?
Well,
you don't have to do that per se, but I mean, it's a good start.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I'll give points to Dave because, yes, it's a good start. If you're gonna be out in these streets, and like Skinny was saying, if you're gonna be Bruce Wayne's, you gotta be doing a little bit more than just the old missionary in the cowl. That's just not gonna work.
You can't always rely on your utility belt. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, that might have to be the title. You can't always rely on your utility belt. Is a solid line.
That's pretty good for 252.
Yeah. Dude, when I heard that shit, I was just like, this is completely insane. I think it's really depressing to think that this is what they think of Batman. We got Tobi. I thought Tobi was jumping in. Yeah, I
pop up now. Yeah,
I like being in the green room.
Okay, I thought, because this is for those of you who are listening. Once upon a time, Skinny jumped in one time, and he was in the green room. I didn't realize he wanted to jump back in, so I didn't bring him in because I thought he was going to pull himself back in. And
it was interesting being an audience member for a second.
Yeah. But yeah, so Batman not going down on Catwoman seems kind of ridiculous as a concept because Batman. You're going to tell me Batman went on that as a teenager, went on that voyage, turned himself into the one of the strongest fighters, one of the most level-headed people, did all this detective work. He's one of the best. He's one of the smartest in the world. He does all this stuff, but he doesn't eat the pussy.
Wow.
I mean,
y'all know that, you know that sounds completely insane, right?
It's kind of stupid, actually. That's kind of stupid.
It's stupid because the show's broken so many other. Like, if you're going to say, like, this is on a list of things you can't do, there's so many other things the show has done that are things that you can't do, and I don't think this is any worse, if anything.
Well, but hold on a second. The cowl is missing the mouth part.
Shout out to Jay Grizz for this. The cowl is missing the mouth part for a reason.
Hold on. Wait.
Solid.
Hold on, DC. Batman can fuck Batgirl on the rooftop and then not call her back.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
A lot of people.
I was about to say we've seen villains do the exact same thing, so it doesn't make it's a pretty stupid stupid reason.
He can jump.
Also, I feel like a female would say a real hero would do something like that. Like
Captain America's doing it,
right?
All
right. We know Captain America's doing it,
and Vision apparently too.
Yeah, yo.
Oh
Vision,
yeah.
Vision. Can you imagine? Vision is probably the turbo, like
tornado tongue, like from American Pie.
He learned the pattern she likes, bro. It's just like,
yo, tornado tongue is a hilarious line. Yo, for real though, I gotta say I'm a little disappointed to hear that this is the type of stuff that DC is. These are the lines that DC isn't willing to cross. I mean, we know DC is a little prickly with stuff like this. They're even without sexual stuff in it. They're so controlling of their characters. They don't let anyone have the freedom to tell stories. We know the Arrowverse Suicide Squad that was coming along got completely crushed because they were gonna. Oh, we're making a movie now. Okay. What is that? You have Superman movies and you have Superman on the TV show. What does it matter? Just, but this is where we're at. This is the types of decisions that Warner Brothers making. And I think
it's silly. If you're going to have two characters who are the main characters come out as essentially a lesbian couple, and then like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like just with what's on the show, it makes no sense to censor that.
I mean, the show is also for adults. That's my main thing. It's not a kid's version of Batman. Where this isn't the Brave and the Bold, where the villains are silly, overdrawn, and overacted. This is a cartoon that isn't in of itself silly, but at the end of the day, Harley Quinn is Kite Man is in a relationship with Poison Ivy. We've seen the kidnappings. We've seen half the jokes that what's his little name, the mind one, the one that can control people. Half the jokes he makes are inappropriate.
I don't know. I'm a little. Have we seen this in any Marvel? I don't know. Actually, it doesn't make sense. Their reasoning for it is the fact that they're selling toys. They're trying to sell toys, and which are consumer toys, right? So it's hard to sell a toy if Batman's going down on someone, but
Batman can but
you're not having the
Batman can bang Batgirl on the rooftop and you still sold toys. What are you talking?
That's what I'm saying. So this sounds. I don't know who said this. It might have. They're not going to sell they might have been having a bad day.
Yeah, sell the doll fixture of like him on the bed with her, like it's just characters. Like it's that's just I don't know. I find it excessive.
Maybe like, Batman doesn't, but Bruce Wayne does. I'm
not gonna lie though. If they release the action figure set where Batman and Catwoman are on the bed, I might buy that one.
I'd buy it for the bed and then just use the bed for other photos.
Oh, okay.
For photos.
Okay.
No, like what do you mean?
I knew he was gonna say for photos, but I like that up until that point there was a Schrodinger's comment. It was like, if he doesn't say it, we live in a limbo of what the fuck is he about to say? And if he does it, we get closure.
Yeah, matter of fact, though, that would sell like hotcakes, I think, to be honest. 100%. Like an X-rated version of Batman and Catwoman, how many people would buy that shit?
I'd also like to point out, rewind. They released, remember when they did Batman Black from the Black label and his dong was showing and that was a big thing?
No, I don't remember.
And they censored it in later versions.
I remember what you're talking about.
Yep. If you guys are gonna say that you can't have Batman eating out his girlfriend, but you can show his dick in the comic book, that's my problem with this. Is I don't know who's making decisions where, and that's why it bothers me. It doesn't.
Also, did you say Batman Black or Black Batman?
Well, sorry, it was the Black label for the comics.
I was like, of course they show that one.
Yeah,
sheesh.
For sure.
They show a little Duke action all over here. That's great. That's Batwing anyway. But anyway, same thing. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that last week, did we?
Well,
we briefly mentioned it, but like, do we care? It's on the Batwoman show, which is pretty trash. So
I mean, it might make the show better if they add characters we actually care about.
No. I like. You know what I saw? I saw an interesting comment though. I actually don't want to talk about Batwoman because it's anyway.
Move along.
Okay. Who is more of a hero? Okay, a hero. Okay. Black Lightning or Black Panther? Think about it.
I mean, technically, Black Lightning. Because Black Panther is great, but if with all that technology, you still just hid yourself in Wakanda and didn't help anybody until you came to America and you met Sue Storm and started being like, you know, I might need to wax poetic on that ass, Sue. That's not. That's not heroic. That's a problem. To me, that seems like a problem. Black Lightning, Jefferson Pierce was working in a school, was actively trying to make his community better, decided to put on got his powers, decided to put on the mask because he wanted to try and save the world. Black Panther did it because he was in New York and thought it would be cool. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of Black Panther fans out there who aren't going to like what I have to say, but
so I saw this on one of the geek blogs I follow, and man, this like spurred on probably one of the biggest comment sections I've seen in a very long time. It was insane. A bunch of people were saying Black Panther because we're all from Wakanda, you know, the typical. We're all. But then, like, when you really think about it rationally, this guy really only like came out of the shadows. In the movies, he came out of the shadows. What, his dad is dying pretty much around that point. And then in the comic books, like you said, is when Storm kind of used her charms unknowingly on him. So anyway.
Good old Richard.
Skinny was going to say Black Panther, though.
No? Oh. It was definitely the principle for the... Yeah, it was definitely Jefferson. Of course not. Like, Black Panther, as Brian mentioned, Sue Storm, so on and so forth. Which, by the way, whoever they get to play her, you know...
Sue Storm?
Has to be fitting enough for Batman to, you know...
Yeah, we're not going to know that casting for another year.
But I will agree with Skinny, and I know this seems superficial, but I actually had this so funny. I actually had a conversation about this morning with my buddy about like superficial stuff. But I think we can all agree when it comes to one of the qualifications for Sue Storm as a character, and I know as a male focused show, this probably doesn't come off as the most sensitive statement.
Light it up, go. Put it on me.
Sue Storm needs to. It's going to be on all of us. And male, female, Sue Storm needs to be hot. That's just fact.
There's a certain listen.
Sue Storm needs to be hot.
Sue Storm,
that's the title.
Spider-Woman, both of them.
Sue Storm needs to be hot.
They need to be hot.
Sue Storm has to be hot specifically because there's so much about the MCU, or at least the Earth 616, that originally was centered on the fact that she was one of the most attractive women that these idiotic heroes kept fighting over her for her attention, vying for attention. Whether it was Namor, Black Panther, Reed Richards, Victor Von Doom got the power to redo the universe, and what did he do? He redid the universe so he could be with her and have Reed's kids be his kids.
Basically, have Reed's life. He did all that just to be like, haha, got your
way. That's crazy. It's crazy that you say that because it's kind of true. Obviously, what kind of beauty we're talking about is subjective.
Yes, we're basing it on like the old, plastic symmetrical aesthetics of beauty as defined by North American standards. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, no, you're right though. She's had like Namor, Doom, Black Panther.
Yep,
all these kings.
Yeah. It's not like she's getting a bum off the street, you know.
No,
3 of them being in the Illuminati.
What kind of charms is she?
What type of things did they do in the Illuminati? If you know what I'm saying.
She should be called Enchantress. There you go.
Yeah, true.
Wow, that's deep.
So
yeah, you're right. No, you're right. But it depends. I don't know. You're right. I'm like it depends what kind of story they're telling, but it doesn't matter. It's
just a part of her character.
Yeah, and it's also Hollywood. Like, mind you, for past characters, they haven't necessarily casted anyone where you could be like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't go and be like, oh, let's make like, and just people are gonna get at me, but let's put Sarah Silverman, right? They didn't turn around and make like Sarah Silverman, like, I don't know, an iconic character where you'd have to be like, she's supposed to be kind of portrayed as sexy or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
well, they did that with again, not saying she isn't.
Right.
They did that way. I feel like I have to say that every time. They did that with Kristen Wiig and Cheetah. In a sense, then they
right.
They sexualized her.
They did.
I mean, Cheetah is a sexualized character.
Right. But they took someone you wouldn't probably see as that.
That's
right.
Like that's what Skinny is saying right now. So that more than likely, because
she usually plays a silly character. So I didn't, and it's that's such an interesting comment because I don't usually think of her as being sexy. But the first time I saw the pictures of her when she'd gone not full cheetah, but like the cheetah who's on the plane a little before the plane, where she starts looking dolled up, and it's just like, I get it. There's money and you can make people look good, but aside from that, she actually just looked good.
Yeah, of course.
And I've never looked past the comedic part. I've always just looked at her as like a comedian first, which I guess is more a compliment to her skills because it stripped away the fact that I sexualized her. Blah blah blah.
The more you talk, the more I'm like, is there a hole?
You know what? I'm like, if anyone came at me to have this conversation, let's put this on the table. Yep. And this is something I find weird that people like to pretend doesn't exist. The first time you meet someone, the first thing you see is how they look. So I'm not going to pretend like looks aren't a factor. We live in this world where everyone's just like, oh, well, we meet people online. Sure, homie. But if you meet that person online, you're going through pictures.
You're trying to find out what they look like.
Yeah. And if you meet them in person, and even if they were the most connected person you'd ever had a conversation with, if you don't find them physically attractive by your personal standards, it's not, you will do your best, but it's not something you're just going to get over. It's going to be something you think about.
Yeah, it's a fair statement.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. That's just the fucking world we live in. I don't know how people keep getting mad at like, well, beauty is subjective. Yes,
it's called natural instinct.
Person. Like that's the whole point.
Yeah. True. That's true. It happens on either side, guy or girl.
So, people can't be mad at me if I say Kristen and Sue Storm and all of them have to, y'all tell them the story. The story's about how hot Sue Storm is, then put some fuego on that shit and get us a good looking person to play Sue Storm. That's just what it is.
And Jean Grey for that matter.
There you go.
And Storm. And
Storm. Facts.
Like, okay, a lot of them were like unnecessary. They can definitely tone it down and make it more sort of equal. Right.
Okay. Okay. True. You could do that. You could do that.
Except for some, like Rogue should technically be very attractive because of the fact that that's her problem. Like that's part of her struggle is the fact that people do want to do something she can't because she just can't touch people.
Okay. Crazy statement though. Crazy statement though. Is that just a commentary on the fact that most women are sexualized? She doesn't even have to be hot, but she would still be. Even if she's not the hottest,
she would, but it's meant to be like part of the difficult task, right? Like it's supposed to be the fact that there's temptation.
That's what I'm saying, though.
But it doesn't need to be a part of it.
Women are always sexualized, even if she wasn't the most attractive woman by our standards. She would still be a woman that is sought after. That's the crazy part.
And she would still have that problem, regardless of what level of hotness she is. She would still have that problem in some way, whether it's someone she fell in love with and can't really touch. Like there's some level of it you can address. You don't have to over sexualize it in that manner, which it seems like that's all they knew to write about women back in the day.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is
they only had male writers.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And those male writers were writing for white guys. So like they're
100%. Yeah. There aren't that many like hot black women in comics that were drawn.
I just a nod to I've been reading. Hold on, let me see if I can reach it.
Not that many.
Misty Knight. Yeah.
You can probably count them on both hands. Maybe.
Storm, Misty Knight, the chick that hangs out with the X-Men.
Invisible Men.
Yeah. So I've been reading this. It's about by Ken Quattro. It's about the trailblazing black artists of comic books. And it talks about the fact that when comic books started, the whole idea was it was written by white guys for white readers and their ideas of like what a white man could do with, what be it, strong and sexualized and all this other stuff. So, yeah, man.
Wowzers. Yeah, it makes sense though.
Wild.
Perfect.
I know we like to talk about stuff, but we also definitely want to. Well, we're just a little bit of an echo. If anyone knows.
Yeah, you have a little bit of reverb on your voice. It sounds.
Is it on my side only?
It's on your side.
Yeah, it's on you.
That's so weird. Why?
The Velma effect. When did they make Velma hot? Is it the live action?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the actress who portrayed her is pretty hot.
Christina something?
No, don't.
Oh yeah, she's a girl from Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, she was also in that recent show where like she murdered her ex-husband or someone's husband.
What is it?
With Christina Applegate.
No, that's yes, with Christina Applegate, but her name is it's Hawkeye's wife. Damn it.
Oh yeah. Liza, isn't it Lisa something? Liza something?
Lisa, hold on, come on. Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, you're just naming the show she's on.
I know, but it's just gonna come to me. They keep shush.
Linda Cardellini.
Yeah,
Linda.
Yeah, she's
That's
fine.
great.
Cardellini's dope.
You know, it's funny. I never saw those Scooby-Doo movies.
You should watch
None
at
of
least the first one. At least the first one is good.
I just never liked Scooby-Doo that much as a kid. Is that wrong?
Don't do that.
I actually, I didn't. I really didn't like Scooby-Doo that much.
You don't say that.
You didn't like Scooby-Doo?
Yeah,
not as much as a kid. No, I didn't. I didn't really watch it that much.
How you not like 4 teenagers, one blatantly high in a van solving mysteries, and it's always a white man? What?
Yeah, so I wasn't much of a Cartoon Network kid. Like a lot of the shows on there, I just didn't like the animation. Like there's just something about it never stuck out to me. So I never really watched it. Like the Hanna-Barbera sort of stuff. Never really.
I love that stuff.
I know. They were a huge hit. Trust me, they were. I know.
Two Stupid Dogs, SWAT Cats.
SWAT Cats, bro. SWAT Cats.
Love
that fucking show.
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
You didn't like Yogi Bear?
Didn't really watch Hanna-Barbera stuff, man. To me, they just didn't speak to me.
No, you said it though.
Johnny Bravo.
You know what? I'll give you Tom and Jerry.
That's not even anything. That's Paramount.
That's like independent. That's indies. What's going on?
What are you gonna bring next?
Hold on. Let me rephrase. I watched like maybe 10% of their catalog.
What'd you watch?
Flintstones, Jetsons, PiNGU, sure. And Tom and Jerry.
And what?
Tom and Jerry.
This guy said PiNGU.
PiNGU. Did you watch PiNGU? Like who the hell?
Talking about the penguin who gets all mad he's made out of clay, like PiNGU. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know.
Wait, so you watch PiNGU?
PiNGU was before Scooby-Doo, though. I was younger.
Hold on.
Get out of. You know what? Don't even come back in. You stay out in the green.
That was gold. That was gold.
I wanted PiNGU.
What?
Anyway,
you watched it. Don't even lie.
I did because I know what PiNGU is. Yes. Okay. Did you watch Woody Woodpecker?
I was about to ask.
Yeah.
All right.
So again, I watched
starting to
some
redeem some
Hanna-Barbera stuff. You know, I gave you some that I just watched. I just didn't really watch Scooby-Doo.
Hanna-Barbera trying to make their comeback too.
On what?
What?
Hold on. That was really angry, guys. Barbera. I know there was recent Hanna-Barbera news about what they were doing because, if I'm not mistaken, they are owned by. They're part of the deal that they got with Warner. Yeah. So they were trying to relaunch the Hanna-Barbera relaunch. Maybe that's what it was. Launch
character. No, I'm not sure about that one.
I love Hanna-Barbera, man. They have the best cartoons: Muttley, Boo Boo, Huckleberry Hound.
Oh my gosh! See, those are dumb.
What? Secret Squirrel, dog.
Secret Squirrel was all right. So I'll give you Secret Squirrel.
You know, Johnny Bravo, the Powerpuff Girls, man.
Look what's happened with Powerpuff Girls.
You know what? Ever since Jupiter's Legacy, I'm not trusting Tobi's opinions on things.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
What do you mean? Which one? You're saying it's horrible, or you're saying it's good?
Great
because you were jumping back and forth now, and you're doing the same thing now. I just want to.
Oh my god, you're fucking killing me. All I said was I didn't really watch Scooby-Doo, and I watched some Hanna-Barbera stuff. Why are you calling me out?
It's funny that you brought up Jupiter's Legacy because the comic book just launched the third part of it. Jupiter's Legacy Requiem just came out. Issue number 1 is out of that. and it's okay. I mean, you can tell this is now owned by Netflix, and the story is a little different. But there's some interesting random political statements in it that I did not expect, and I was impressed that they would do it, but also confused because I'm like, y'all are really calling certain people out, like full on calling out the Chinese government for the encampment of Muslim East Asians, and I was just like, whoa, okay.
Wait, what show is this?
No, it's not the show. It's the comic book.
It's the comic book.
Oh, comic book. Okay.
Yeah, in the comic book, there's a scene, like there's a couple panels where the son, Chloe's son, there's like it's set in the future. It's 2051, and there's like this New York skyline has advertisements that go across it, like full on just advertisement run across the New York skyline.
It's probably one of the only mediums you can get away with that now with the Chinese government.
Yeah.
If you say stuff like that in TV, movie, people end up apologizing.
But they're not going to care about it in a comic book? I was shocked.
Nah, they've done worse things in comic books to different countries, Russia, Germany. Anyway. You know what? Hold on. People are calling. Yes, you know what? The fact that you even know what Rupert
was gangster. Don't do
I
that.
was about to say he fights a dragon.
Rupert was hard. Except for when you'd had adventures with the ferret, I wouldn't watch those episodes because that guy was wild.
Ferret.
Magic School Bus. Yes, everyone in here watched it.
Yeah,
we can stream right now if you didn't watch Magic School Bus.
Yo, shout outs to Brandon, by the way. Moving Mind Studio did their Magic School Bus, like the grown-up version, that did a sketch of that like 8 years ago, and it still has 2.5 million views. So
no way.
Yeah. That was one of the things that really launched them when they were doing their videos on the regular. So if you guys want to check that out, we'll add that. It's good. It was really funny, and it's pretty cool. I'm happy that that was a really smart, solid one.
Okay, hold on. So,
guys, did you guys ever watch Count
Dracula? We gotta get the View the Right Thing early today.
Oh, do we? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
You said.
Well, Way to cut us off.
8 p.m. We got Eve versus Trina, and then there's also the hockey game. There's a lot, so we gotta
Eve versus Trina.
Hey, that, you're gonna laugh.
That's what we're ending early for.
Oh man, Eve got about 6 songs.
I don't even know. I don't. Oh, those battles.
If anyone who's in the hip-hop is watching this, I'm not gonna, I feel bad. Y'all laughing at them like they don't matter.
No, they matter. They don't matter.
I'm just not getting my shit for Eve versus Trina.
It doesn't matter to us. That's deep.
Oh shit. Okay, well, sorry.
I didn't even know what was happening. Is Versus still like a huge thing like this?
Apparently,
no. Versus is. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Pandemic is over. Versus is dead.
Yeah, exactly. we knew once the pandemic ended, something like Versus wasn't going to continue as strong.
But it's amazing that they can still make money off this. Like they tricked Apple so good. Like they're like, yeah, buy it, go, yeah. Nope.
And then sold to Thriller. And then now Thriller is like, cool, we own this. Let's promote this one day before. Like, I didn't see anything about Eve versus Trina.
That's crazy.
Y'all need to put respect on Eve's name. As much as Eve's done as a rapper, a Rough Rider, actress, like she's done so much, and you guys barely promoted this. I didn't see anything for it. Anyway,
that sucks. Isn't she hosting some show and stuff now?
She just left it, I think. She was one of those morning shows, the View, the dog.
Yeah. She was on one of those for a while.
The Boo,
the Talk,
the Canadian voice. Who knows, whatever. And it's not to insult those shows. It's just I equally would not care if it was Regis and Kathy B, or who cares anymore. Like all those shows are the same stuff.
Is Regis still alive? No,
I don't think so.
Wait, Regis Philbin is not?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. So R.I.P. to Regis because he actually is a dope dude, but.
Did he pass?
I think
he did pass. Yeah, he did.
Oh shit!
I remember when he passed because everyone was just like, he's one of the OG broadcasters. Like he's been doing this for years. But you know
he died during the pandemic. Okay.
Yeah, you know where time doesn't matter? Time Variance Agency.
No.
Next slide.
Looks like we're going.
Do y'all see that 3? That shit was dirty. I didn't even look. I just did it and walked away. Anyway.
Oh wow! Okay,
and then gloated about it, so he didn't really walk away. Nothing. You walked away, then turned around and give a shimmy.
Shimmy, he says.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm proud of the shimmy. I don't give a fuck. Time Variance Agency, guys. So Loki episode 2. We gonna talk about this. Can I give you guys my theory super quick though? Because I've been holding on to this all day. I've been wanting to tell people, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna premiere it here. I'm actually gonna share my screen real quick to show you guys part of it. So I just want to point out
PowerPoint presentation.
No. I'm just gonna point out something kind of crazy. This is a crazy, completely insane theory, but I'm still gonna do it.
Spoiler alert. Also later, Devin.
All right, so TVA stands for, and the number upside down, it's VA. Okay.
Val?
Val, no. VAI. What are you trying to show me, homie? Yeah, okay. Who's Val?
Who's a powerful Val that's related to time travel that Kang might have issue with, that has a bloodline and is connected to the Reeds of the world?
Val?
Huh?
Oh, it's Kang.
Valeria, the daughter of Reed Richards.
Wait, what?
Valeria.
I don't know.
I don't doubt for a second that this is a reach and a half.
Come out here.
I'm just saying this is a crazy concept, and if I'm right, that is going to be some wild shit. The only reason I say
that's
this,
how they're going to bring the Fantastic Four. How? No, we can't do that.
Hold on,
guys.
Start off with kids.
Do you want me to explain my theory, Dave, or do you want to just keep talking?
Let's hear it.
The reason I'm saying this is, have we ever seen anything done in the MCU that wasn't done intentionally? Have we so far? Every little thing they do is a hint to something else. Yep. So when in this second episode, Loki is looking through all the documentation and they keep showing the TVA logo upside down when he's at that table. How is that not? That was weird to me. They kept showing it. I was just like, they showed it 2 or 3 times as he's looking through documents, and I'm just like, why are you guys like, why is Loki have all this? Yeah, sure, maybe it's just papers out of order. Maybe they're just on the table, all messy. Sure. This could be 100 completely insane concept, but I don't know them to make these types of little weird moves without a little bit of a nod. And Val's the only reason I'm saying Val is because when we're talking about time travel, we know Kang is supposed to be there, and Kang is a relative, as we've known, Reed Richards. There's lineage there. I'm just saying the other blonde with short hair who might be pretending to do some stuff that could introduce the family into the universe, it'd be interesting. I'm throwing it out there. Y'all don't have to.
So you think the variant is Val? That's what you're trying to say?
No.
Well,
it'd be super. If it's Enchantress, like everyone's saying, that's boring.
I don't think it'll be Enchantress, but
I thought it was Enchantress right away.
Exactly. Everyone's saying it's Enchantress, and that's one thing about MCU. I would like you not to be so predictable. Sure,
Enchantress. What do you mean Enchantress? I don't get it.
At the end of the episode, and spoiler again, let's put that on the screen for anybody who hasn't. We've already been talking about it, and I threw out a crazy theory, which isn't of itself not a spoiler, but let's put this on the screen. We're going to be talking about Loki. You're going to get some spoilers. At the end of the episode, some people think that Lady Loki is actually Enchantress and not.
So it's possible. The reason why it's possible is because the end credits, right? When you look at the end credits for I just watched it before the episode. It actually doesn't list her as Lady Loki, the actress.
What did they list her as?
Sylvie. That's Enchantress's name.
Damn.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Damn. Hold on, wait, really? Like straight up? Hold on, they listed her.
They put her in the credits as Enchantress?
I think so.
Well, basically,
Sylvie.
And Sylvie's her, because the thing is, on top, there's so many times that she looks like her. He talks about how she does enchanting, and the fact that all of her things are green, that's like one of her things, right? Like all of her powers are always depicted in the comic books as the green that they're using. So I thought it was a pretty simple
I was throwing the theory out because guess what? Marvel, if you're going to just do exactly what every single person is expecting, that gets boring.
Valeria would have been cool.
I mean, that's just, it's not necessarily going to be boring. It just means that you know who the characters, for all you know, the next things that happen could be completely fucked up.
Yes, but if I already know it's Enchantress and I know her power set and I know her limitations, you're not giving me anything outside of the abstract. You're giving me the exact character I expected to be fighting with Loki, because that character has always been one to take on Loki. You're not giving me anything new. You've either worked with
She
Loki.
always fights Thor, no?
That's what I'm saying. She's either fought with Loki or been against Loki. She's either been manipulating a situation to try and gain favor with Loki, or she's been fighting with Thor and trying to get it. But it's always the same thing. It's always these, and that's the only reason I'm saying, if you're going to have the time variance agency, let's go a little bit outside the box. Skinny, sorry.
But Sylvie Enchantress is ultimately in love with Thor, no?
Yeah, isn't that part of her thing? Like she's in
That's
love
what I know of from Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Avengers, that great ass cartoon. Season 3, bring it back.
Straight up.
Y'all can do young anyway. So
Oh, you know what? I think what happened is one of the, how it's translated in different languages.
Yeah.
And in the English it says the variant. I think in French it says la variante.
Okay.
But I think in Spanish they fucked up.
wow.
And they just wrote
I'll share my screen.
So that's well, I'll let Skinny finish what he's saying.
Right there.
So while Toby says that, okay, Sylvie.
That's the person doing the voice, and in all the other versions, it actually said here. So I'll go back here.
It actually said, by the way, if you guys are tuned into this, La Variante. If you guys are tuned into this on the podcast, make sure to check us out on YouTube and watch the episode so you get to see some of the extra stuff, all the bonus stuff that your ears, unfortunately, cannot see.
I'm thinking if Enchantress was in love with Thor, perhaps she actually got into or comes from a universe or so on and so forth, created one maybe, where her and Thor actually got together. But because of whatever, that universe was destroyed. So she goes after the Time Variant Authority to get herself rid of them so that she could use their things to reboot her timeline and create her timeline where she would get her shit back. If that's actually Sylvie, that's the reason why she's doing
but didn't she get her powers from Lady Loki anyway?
Enchantress?
Is Lady Loki a thing?
Lady Loki is a thing.
Yeah, she's in the comic book.
She's in the comic books. He dies and comes back as a female Loki, and she's a part of Norman Osborn's
Also in Norse mythology, Loki, the horse that Odin rides is Loki's child that he gave birth to when he turned himself into a horse to have sex with some other horse, and he gave birth to the horse that Odin rides. So that's why when they announced he was gender fluid, I was just like,
look,
even in
Sylvie's Enchantress is a creation of Lady Loki.
Of Lady Loki?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
See, okay, so it is.
But Enchantress has existed before
her.
Just before, this is way before Lady Loki.
This version of Enchantress, Sylvie.
Oh, Jesus, not the original Enchantress.
So this is not the original. Okay, well, Skinny.
Yeah, because there's a Mora. True, because there's a Mora and then there's Sylvie Listrom.
Yeah,
so
I was thinking of Mora. That's who I was thinking of. Okay, so not Mora. This is another. This is a second version. Oh God.
All right.
You know what, guys?
Sylvie
My
Lushton
idea might have sucked, but at least it would have been more interesting than finding out they're using the second version of Enchantress. Just saying.
Why not the first one?
It's a version you're not familiar with, so it might be a better version or more surprising for you.
Yeah, because we all really loved when they made the second version of Captain America, U.S. Agent Cap. That was great.
Damn.
Hey, Mike. I think you're delayed, Mike.
Yeah, Mike's a bit late to the party.
He's talking about Kristen Wiig. That was about half an hour ago.
No, he might have jumped in late, and I appreciate people who watch the show from the beginning. Don't worry, man. You'll catch up. Do what I do. Watch the show at 1.5. You'll eventually catch up.
Don't encourage that shit. No, don't do it.
Watch it at 1.5. Dude, anytime I'm watching a live stream and I'm late, I just watch it at 1.5 because you eventually end up catching up. You're watching.
Yeah, and then eventually you'll start thinking regular conversation is too slow, and you'll be like, "Can you speed this up? Come on."
No. Join me in the confusion of the world. Everything's too slow.
So what happened in this episode that to you was surprising?
I gotta say, I'm excited to see the multiple Mobius because I feel like they nodded at the fact that there's more than one Mobius out there. when he was talking to Slayer. He was just like your favorite, and like there's kind of jokes about. I was just like, okay, you guys are kind of hinting at that, so that's what I'm looking forward to. I knew it existed, but I didn't know how the MCU was going to handle it. And especially the idea that you were already introducing variant Lokis. So I was just like, if you're going to introduce variant Lokis, do you want to continue the kind of multiple version time offset thing with Mobius? Because that might be an easier sell in the comic book, but I don't know if it's necessarily an easy sell in a live action show. So Loki kind of being Loki was funny, but at times I was just like, dude, you got to do better. I was like, I know it's for the point of the show. He's not going to be the best version and the best trickster, but like, dude, you're playing your hands so heavy when you're like, can I get a meeting with the Time Lords? Can I get a meeting with every time? Like,
but he might just be manipulating.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like they know that's his character.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, this is him playing the part. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's leaning into it to deceive them ultimately for whatever he's truly got planned. If he's the real Loki.
I hope you guys are right. I hope he wasn't just continuously asking to book the meeting because he's just boringly asking for the meeting over and over. Like it's only episode 2, so there's a lot of room for them to surprise me. It's just that it didn't surprise me that he kept asking. I actually found that lazy. I was just like,
how many episodes does this one have?
6.
So as well?
That's my concern with if there's only 6 episodes. By episode 2, 3, I'm like, okay, middle of the pack. Like we got to start getting stuff done because I don't want to wait for episode 5 that was the strongest for Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but this is already moving for 2 episodes.
That's what I'm saying.
It's pure
this
action.
Is moving faster.
Yeah, very fast.
And I expect more from it because of the pace it's moving at.
6 episode arc, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense with how fast it's going.
And then what's coming out next after that?
What's that?
What's coming out next after that?
For shows? Hawkeye?
Really? Wow. Okay.
For shows, it might be Hawkeye or the Miss Marvel show, but I don't know. I don't think those dates were announced officially yet. No. But I don't think there's any other MCU series announced yet. I'm sure.
Well, What If? Right?
What If? Keep forgetting about What If.
What If? Yeah. You're right. What If is the next one?
Yeah. And then probably Hawkeye or whichever one, Miss Marvel, whichever they decide to play in order. Yeah.
But what did you guys think?
I was entertained, but I was like lost in like where are we going?
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but because I feel like this is like a heist show. Like I feel like the last hour is going to be like unraveling everything, and then Loki's going to be like, "Oh yeah, everything worked."
Right. You're going to think like Loki's just causing destruction for the next 2 to 3 episodes. And then the final one is going to actually reveal his master plan. We expect that for sure. Yeah. I was a little like, it was weird. Like I was expecting the double cross the whole episode. It was weird. Like this whole episode up until the end, which if you obviously, again, we're going to talk about the end. But in the end, it looks like this was all according to Enchantress's plan. We're calling her Enchantress already, but the variant's plan. Like having them all assemble in the Vox. What's that place called? Something cart? Vox cart?
Rox cart.
Rox cart. Yeah, that little that big mall or grocery store. Also, side note, Sylvie actually ends up joining the Young Avengers in the comic books. So this, like, all these things are sort of slowly tying in together. Did we lose Brian?
I don't
know.
Yeah, we didn't. It's all good.
But I'm wondering if they're going to do the multiple Mobiuses. Like, when's this one going to die then? Because that's obviously how they're going to reveal it.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that. I hope
when is he going to die?
I mean, I don't.
That or he's going to interact with himself. Like, man.
Oh, wait,
like if she's already doing such a big job so that he doesn't know who the other secret agent is, why would they allow them to work together? Like, you know what I mean?
Wait.
Oh, so you're saying Slayer doesn't let Mobius know that there's another Mobius working?
Yeah.
Because they keep referencing your other favorite, but he never says who the favorite is.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Is that part of the comic book that he doesn't know that there's?
I don't know.
That I don't know either. Okay.
No.
Because Okay, so you're saying that if he gets killed, they're going to replace him with another Mobius and just catch him up. Okay.
Interesting. I think the bigger interesting.
Yeah.
Is he interesting?
Because the only thing I know about him in the comic books is that he works for the Time Variants and that there's more than one of him.
Yes.
I didn't even catch that. Because the scene where he's talking to her in the office, trying to convince her to let him work with Loki, and then he puts the drink down, and she's like,
"Coaster,
put a coaster," and then he's like,
"My your other favorite." That's exactly what I was talking about at the beginning.
But there's about
3 rings.
There's already 2 or 3 rings there.
Yes,
in separate locations.
Yes.
Yeah, because multiple versions of them keep doing it.
Yes, Mobius has a habit of putting the glass down with them.
I didn't catch that till you mentioned that. That's crazy.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying when I started off, that in my head I'm wondering, like, are we going to do the multiple Mobius taking on the multiple variant Lokis? Like, how is that working? Is this just like Ragnarok?
Wait, I said that the last episode, actually.
Yeah.
I said they've probably tried this with different versions of Loki. And they're just using this one to
and they've tried it with different versions of Mobius.
I just did the Owen Wilson.
And she keeps taking all of their toys. That he's like, you have some of mine. You don't let me keep mine, but she doesn't let them keep any of theirs.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if it's like you don't let them keep it because of the significance it means to them. They might start to remember, like. You know, there's so many things that it's just like they essentially keep all these people separate all the time so that there's never any crossover. So I'm interested. I'm super interested in how they're going to play some of this stuff out because it could be really
cool. Interesting. Like, my mind
I'm
is
curious,
moving.
Yeah, because I'm curious what the shock factors are. Because with a show like this, I feel you need to have shock factors because you're already dealing with Loki and. Whether it's a variant or Enchantress, you're dealing with 2 like people who deceive. So there has to be shocking things there. And you get to fuck around with time. That you see them fuck up an area and just throw a bomb and correct it. So like I want to see some fucking cool things happen here. Straight up.
I gotta say
you're using what's it called? Stones as paperweights.
Using Infinity Stones as paperweights was one of the most disrespectful things you could have done to the entire Infinite Saga. I know I said it last week, but every time I think about it, I'm like, that's just rude. Like you guys just
also, but now you're gonna have so much more to build upon off of like it's just telling you like just wait. Like this is leading into Secret Wars. I don't know if you guys realize this.
Oh, it is 100%.
Oh, 100%.
100%. Yeah. So pretty much we're living through another version of all the multiverse of madness, which they mentioned last episode, madness and the multiversal blah 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 blah. It's all leading to Secret Wars, and each timeline is going to be fighting for supremacy at some point.
Yeah,
which is why this is going to be a much grander event than Infinity Stones.
Yeah,
and
so
that's
go on, dude.
I was going to say, and I think that's going to be in the next, like it's going to be Spider-Man in the next phase. I think that's going to be his whole arc. Doing that,
Spider-Man dealing with
because in Secret Wars he's a very prominent character. That's technically when he gets the symbiote, and there's already been a TV show where there was multiple Spider-Mans doing essentially a civil war when the 1990s one.
They I don't know. So. I don't want.
Oh shit! No Way Home. What if? Oh fuck! Ooh, wait, is that the? No, because Multiverse of Madness is after Spider-Man, right?
I think Doctor Strange is after Spider-Man.
Right. So if they were to do that, I don't.
No, it's before.
It's before.
It's before.
It's before. Yeah.
Okay, so that would be too much if they did straight up Secret Wars and No Way Home, and then had him get the. I mean, that'd be.
Oh my gosh!
Or No Way Home is the send off at the end that he gets sent to Secret Wars.
Oh my gosh! Too much.
Yo, speaking of all these wow, man, it's crazy that they're opening up all these possibilities right now. See, this is what I mean. We didn't have these kinds of fucking conversations with Falcon, and we didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh, because
you're right.
Falcon and Winter Soldier is like street level fighting stuff.
Yeah.
Like WandaVision and Loki are the things that are going to make us wonder, like, how far can you push the universe? Captain America fighting with the Shield, like, no offense to Cap and what's happening in the United States, but at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of the MCU, what they're doing means nothing if the timelines completely can get destroyed, you know? Like,
they're just bringing you up and then down to be like, here's what's up in space, here's what's up on Earth, here's what's going on in beyond space and time, here's and then just going up and down.
That's an interesting point Mike brings up, though. Isn't Tom Holland too young to be a Secret War Spidey?
It would be the perfect time for him to evolve as a character because he lost Iron Man. He's now on his own. It'd be perfect.
Right.
I mean, also, I don't think they care about age. They're just going to throw these stories around whenever they throw these stories around.
Are they really going to do that Secret Wars where, like, or are they going to mix it with the Battle World one?
I think probably the Battle World one.
Yeah. But then still make Spider-Man the main one and get the symbiote. Oh my god!
Imagine they were to do Secret War and he gets Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. to come back because he could take anyone he wants from any timeline. That's how they come back for a movie. Sure. If do you have that level of Disney money that they wanted? Because if I'm Disney, of course they do.
Yo, if
I'm Robert Downey Jr., you guys are paying me everything to come back again.
Everything.
Because remember, after he did, what movie was it that he's just like, I'm done, and then they got him to come back the first time?
Iron Man 3.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think they're gonna go as far as Galactus?
Hell yeah!
They need to. You have Fantastic Four,
and you've already introduced the Eternals and the Celestials.
Yeah. Galactus is there. Galactus is here, boy.
Kang, Enchantress.
Yep.
Galactus.
Yeah.
Ultron's probably coming back.
Ultron's coming back, and they already did Thanos. So
I'm telling you right now,
Eternals.
The MCU, like.
Toby's mind is like
they're gonna do eternity. They're gonna show eternity.
You know what's kind of rude for them to do all this stuff? Things like Black Widow, Shang-Chi, all this stuff is gonna seem like nothing when it starts getting off for real.
Right?
All this like terrestrial stuff is what you're gonna do in the shows. But you're doing that on the show with Loki already, so.
Oh my God! No wonder. Oh, some things are just starting to connect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
if they go this far, I don't. But like She-Hulk. Doesn't She-Hulk take the Thing's place in Fantastic Four at some point?
Yes, she does. And they rename it Fantastic Force at one point.
Oh my God!
She-Hulk gets arrested by the TVA at one point too.
Yeah.
And for all you know, they could also do the fear. Is it Fearsome Four where it's Howard the Duck, her, and like two other people?
Oh, I don't know that one.
They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, exactly. They can do whatever they want.
Whatever the fuck they want.
Yo, this is crazy.
And this is just them flexing in a TV show. Like, y'all thinking this is good?
Wow. Like that, yeah. By the end of all this, probably phase 5, because this is not all going to happen in phase 4.
No.
It's going to be set up in phase 4, maybe 5, maybe 6. We're going to see this whole thing come to fruition. But that means we are going to have the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, all that shit by phase 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yo.
Because right now you have the stuff that they announced that we have Blade coming. That's going to be low level stuff. You have the.
How are they going to pull this off?
What do you mean? How? They just did.
No concern.
How did they show you 10 years ago?
Yeah.
They did it. They did it in a Spider-Man cartoon because it's a cartoon.
Yeah,
but like,
Russo said they would come back for Secret Wars. You think they ain't building up for that? Yeah, everybody's writing envelopes. Everybody's emailing people. What do you mean? Which nigga's still eating catfish? Shit, they got that. Oh,
yo, when's Madam Web coming in?
Fuck Madam Web.
You don't need Madam Web.
You don't, but they might.
Are you gonna do?
If it's gonna be Spidey centric, you might need it.
No, but what's the other one that? Oh no, it is Madam Web who is at the center of that. Because even with the Into the Spider-Verse, the comic book version, at the end, didn't one of the girls replace Madam Web and become?
She gets killed and Julia Carpenter replaces her.
Yeah,
Spider-Woman that I like.
Yeah,
not Jessica Drew.
Spider-Woman. Yeah,
the dope one.
Yeah.
So even if they introduce her into the Spider-Verse cartoon and then double back and then do what Star Wars is doing, where they have like cartoon and then human playing them in the same continuity, then they could just easily kill her and then there's Madame Web. Little arc.
I wonder if they would ever do that, because Star Wars has done a good job of doing the animated stuff and linking it to the real canon universe.
Super
and
flawless,
Marvel could do it if they wanted to. No one would. I don't think anyone would be upset or annoyed or offended if they did animated stuff. The animated stuff would give them a chance to produce faster. Voice actors jump in whenever they want, get the stuff done, and then you get the show out, and you can move more stories along.
Yo, but you know what's even? Wow. I'm like, I don't know how we got here from Loki, but I'm intrigued and fascinated.
Tobi, take a breath.
And I know, I have so many thoughts. By the end of all this, though, like, what's the craziest thing? It's the same thing that happened at the end of the last phase. Is that everyone's goddamn memory is gonna be wiped, except for Spider-Man's. That's how it ends, and then you can pretty much just start new You can start new stories.
At the end of Secret Wars, because what is it? It's Miles Morales, and like only a handful of people remember how the world was during the battle.
Yeah. During Battle World. Oh wow.
Well, both of them take place on Battle World, by the way. Yeah. Both versions of Secret Wars.
Okay.
Oh man,
guys, it's gonna be. I mean, we knew that.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see all this unfold. If it pans out this way. If it pans out another way, again, these are all theories. I'm excited either way, but this, like, just the possibilities is insane.
My only concern is if they try and go too big and can't stick the landing. And they've done it so far. They've done it so far. It's just not easy to do it repeatedly. The more movies they put out, the you can't put out 20-something movies and their percentage was what, 80%? Right, for all those movies, 80,
I would say high. I'd say it's pretty 85.
85. But for every movie you add, your chances of going up or down grows, right?
Yeah.
So if you make it too big and you think too big and you can't stick the landing, your stats start to go. So that's that's why I was kind of excited for when they announced they were going to try and do smaller. Kind of like 5 movies touch on this, 5 movies. Like it was going to be the phase would be the beginning and end of a thing, as opposed to the Infinity Saga, which was what, 3 phases?
Yeah, but I think the Infinity Saga was more like it's more like they did event the first phase perfectly, and then just because of the characters that they added in the second phase, I think that was I bet they planned it to a certain degree, but I feel like that was a happy mistake overall. I feel like they fell into the third phase, and it just other than them like saying we will bring in the Infinity Stories because we want to tell the story eventually. By the time they got to like the second phase, they're like, okay, we're gonna do this now because we easily know how to do it.
Okay.
Which I kind of feel is the same thing here, where I feel like they more or less. So where they say they're gonna do like beginning and end arcs and like have them be smaller, they might just be like beginning and end sub boss. And then move up, and then another, kind of like, oh, we defeated this guy, but wait, you know what I mean? And they can do that like 3 or 4 times in space. You got Kang, you got, oh, but wait, Galactus, oh, but wait, there's Annihilation Wave, oh, but wait, there's a bunch of shit. Like Kree, the Shi'ar, you can oh, but wait everything in space for a minute. Who's that? Yeah, you can go nuts.
But there's. Wow. There's so much.
Well, if we don't have much more else to say, we can move on to the next thing because we're just we're not talking about anything.
Like Tobi's like, I don't want to talk about anything else now. It's only this.
Yeah. Post Secret Wars. Yeah. What happens post Secret Wars in the comic books? Do you guys remember?
Which one?
I know a bunch of things.
Which one? There's Secret Wars 1, 2, Beyonder, and all that craziness, and then
that one.
The world ending. Okay. Shit. Okay. So Thing leaves the Fantastic Four. She-Hulk joins. Spidey has a symbiote. He loses that, and eventually Venom is created, proper Venom. But we already have Venom. So then I imagine Secret Wars is going to have Venom and Spidey, and then the symbiote's going to jump from Eddie and go to Spidey, and then go back, and then Eddie's going to be fiending for it, and then
Are you guys expecting Sony to play ball this hard? Because I don't think Sony's going to play ball this hard.
If Marvel sells the idea well enough, I think they would.
Sony's trying desperately to pull away so that they can establish their own universe. I don't think
but they're not doing a good job on it, and they know it.
What do you mean? They havenn't done anything yet.
Exactly, Brian.
It's in Venom.
Exactly, Brian.
We still need the Morbius.
Yeah.
We need the Craven.
They'll try. They'll try.
Okay.
People will watch, but the reception won't be as grand as if they work with Marvel. And they also noticed that the last time, which is why they ended up working with Marvel already. Anyway, so we're going to see the same. We're going to see the same loop happen. Speaking of time loops, it's going to be the same thing over and over again.
They're going to scare us for 4 weeks, and then we're going to cry and table flip, and then they're going to be like, "Oh no, he's not going anywhere."
No, look.
Are they going to crush their own universe that they're trying to establish by joining with Marvel?
It's going to crush itself. Dude, the only universe they have is Venom, and you have Morbius, and I'm sorry.
Well, but
Jared Leto's a good actor and all, but that to me,
why did Marvel
50% chance it's gonna flop?
Why did Marvel get 20 movies to impress us, but these guys have to? You got 2. We don't care.
Marvel impressed.
No one cares about Morbius.
If you notice,
cares about Morbius.
I care about Morbius because he's going to lead into a reason for him and Blade and Midnight Suns to happen. But anyways,
Blade. You mean Blade, the Marvel property?
Exactly. Another team up.
So that means.
Another
partnering, which means no moving away.
Okay.
No moving away.
No, it's just if that's what you guys believe, that I'd be down for it. I'm just saying, if I'm Sony and I have one of your biggest IPs in my pocket, and I have him dangling over there for you guys to play with, but I'm trying to establish my universe, I'm not going to crush my universe for the sake of you guys to make more profit. You know, like either you guys start playing ball and bringing my stuff in so I can actually make money off of it, or I'm taking my character back because you've already established him as popular enough.
Which is their job right now. Like, why do you think they're only really focusing on like Craven and Mobius and showing Vulture and doing like the villains so that when No Way Home happens and it jumps into Multiverse of Madness, they'll be like Sony will play ball then. Be like, okay, we gave you Spider-Man, but then we'll also give you these guys as villains. Go do what you want, Bong, and then we'll let maybe just have Sony handle the villain division. Like everyone wants a Craven movie, fine, we'll do Craven. You want a Mobius movie, fine, we'll do Mobius, or Morbius, sorry.
Yeah,
and just give them that.
See this comment here. If Sony wants to stay relevant, they got to work with the big boys.
They are a big boy.
They are a big boy. That's my thing.
They got PlayStation. They're a very big boy. They're a big boy.
Yeah, but there's different arenas, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, even if they don't use Spider-Man, they have to always keep some sort of movie out there, which they're covered for because they made this deal with Marvel. But even if they stopped using him for a minute, they still have that, like, there's that X amount of year window before it reverts back, which at the end, they'll always find something to do because they're going to keep making animated movies or anything. Like, they'll always find a way. I mean, they're Into the Spider-Verse is an animated project and still touches on Spider-Man, so they would still be within the contract, so they don't lose Spidey. So they could do only animated movies and never do live action again.
Yeah, that's true.
Still control the IP. And still
but like that's some crazy spite shit right there.
Guys, we're talking about the same.
I know. Yeah,
remember,
you're right. But like, it's either we all make money and no one does kind of situation, right? It's kind of stupid. It's kind of dumb. But the reason why I expect them to play ball is because they did it last time. We thought they wouldn't, and they actually found it within themselves to play ball. This is something I don't think a DC would have been capable of. Is working with another pretty much competitor.
Why dare speak their name?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, going back to Marvel then.
We're talking about so many good things. Why would you do this?
Actually means we might see the Fantastic Four sooner than I expect, like a reference to them. Like Reed Richards has played such a major. That theory, sure.
That could have been Val Cooper too.
Yeah, that could have been Val Cooper. But it's very possible that. Yeah, I think Reed Richards, we're going to see him like maybe in this phase, like a mention, because Council of Reeds, all these things have to do with the multiverse. At the end of Secret Wars, Reed Richards is the one who rebuilds the multiverse.
Oh, I don't doubt for a second we're going to get a reference to him within the next 5 movies.
That's crazy.
Even less. You have to. I don't understand how you keep going into this. They're the first family of Marvel for a reason, because they saw and did things that no other characters would see or could see.
How is he this smart though? Right? It's like he's an all-knowing being, pretty much at this point, right?
Pretty much. It's except for Luna. Luna Lafayette is the smartest.
Yeah. But
nods to her. But I mean that's. You guys got to introduce her then. Like, you got to give us somebody that's that part of the universe. You can't just keep having these people survive. Tony's not going to be around anymore. Bruce is smart Hulk, but he's not. Bruce.
I think we'll get Reed Richards once the multiverse opens up.
Yeah.
I think that's what. Yeah, I think we'll get that. Has to.
Wow.
Woo.
Wow, they're really going to make everything sync back up with just how the world, like literally everything's going to sync back up in 2023.
They did say, right?
That's nuts.
And even with the pandemic, they're still going to try and figure out their timelines, and they might still actually make it, which is crazy.
Because they were synced with actual time forever. And then, Endgame happened, and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Do we release the virus? Let's release the virus. Let's make them slow down for a bit.
That's how deep Disney's pockets go.
Yeah, man. That's how Disney wants it so bad. They want us to sit home and wait for them. And then they're like, let's drop the virus.
On another note, I'm starting to see Black Widow commercials again.
Yeah,
trailers. Yeah,
we can't buy tickets yet, though. The movie comes out July 9th.
Yeah, it's
a month before. Like, you should be selling your tickets already.
Yeah. So they showed more of Taskmaster in these trailers now too, kind of like getting you excited for that. So, I am going to watch it. Will I pay for it? That remains to be seen.
Yep, same here.
Oh, you guys might not go to the theater for it. I think I'm going to go to a theater.
I might go to a theater.
Yeah, maybe I'll rent out.
I'll be double vaxxed by then. So why the fuck
I'm planning to be double vaxxed July 5th. I'm working on it. I'm actively looking at things to see if I can get that to happen. So
I'm trying to, but some of these places you got to go wait in line forever if you can't get an appointment anyway.
I full on am planning to like go 2 hours early to one place. Homie, I got 50 gigs on my phone for data. I'm good.
So someone said they went around. It was supposed to be at 8. They went for 6. It ended up being 12. So they waited in line for 6 hours.
Jeez.
So
6 gigs, homie. 6 gigs.
a gig an hour? Is that what
Yo, man, about? I'll do it. Because if I streaming 1 hour
it's about
content,
1.03 gig.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll be fine. Let me burn 10 gig. I just want the vaccine, y'all. I want to be double vaxxed. I want to be magnetic, as these idiots are going around saying. Stupidest.
Yeah, people. I had someone say that to me, and I immediately lost it.
Yeah, I just want to say to the lady that was John Oliver had the segment on his show. To the lady who went in front of like Congress or somebody and was just like took the key and said, "Why am I magnetic?" and snapped the key to her chest, and then took the key off and then put it on her neck, and it didn't stick, and kept trying to stick it to herself because she's saying she's magnetic, and it didn't stick, and it just kept falling off. And then she picked up the bobby pin and she's just like, "See," with the bobby pin, and did the same thing, and nothing happened. It kept falling off because guess what? It's not magnetic. Was the greatest moment to watch.
Should have used a quarter.
Right, dude, it was great too because the key stuck to her chest the first time. Because if you slap something and your chest is slightly moist and you slap it hard enough, it's gonna stick to you. Moist
your chest is slightly moist.
No.
Easy. That's great.
Now. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. I saw the video. I was like, man, why? Like, honestly, it just realize who the people around you are sometimes with shit like this. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Next show, guys. How many shows have we been watching? I see Awake. I see Lupin. I see the Bad. Dave didn't get to talk.
Awake. Bad.
Last week. So Dave, you want to hit?
No. You could do Awake, Toby. But do you mind waiting until next week for Lupin so I could watch it? I didn't realize it came out this week.
Oh, I see. Okay,
that's a question. You can spoil it if you want. I don't care. I'm not asking. I won't be upset. It's my bad.
I'm down to talk about Awake. We got a little bit of time.
Let's talk about Awake. We can do Lupin next week. It was going to be a quick touch on it anyway, so you're good. So Awake with Gina Rodriguez, right?
Yeah. Who else watched Awake?
Nope.
I'll give my 2 cents.
Oh my god, I hate when you go first.
You go first.
You just
Scared's gonna change your mind, Tobi? Scared's gonna change your mind?
It's okay. You know what? We've already set a precedent at this point. Go ahead, Doc. We're listening to you.
Watch it, and you might find something intriguing. That's my 2 cents. Well, because I didn't even know it was a new movie. I just was scrolling through. And my partner loves post-apocalyptic stories. So I was just like, okay, hey, there's a post-apocalyptic movie. You want to watch this? She's like, sure. So we started the movie and I was just like, okay, all right, cool. And I'm like watching the movie and I'm seeing people make bad decisions. And I'm like, makes sense in the context. Makes perfect sense in the context.
Matter of fact, if there was any movie where stupid behavior made perfect sense, it was this one because of the reasons why the apocalypse is happening.
Dude, it was the most amazing loophole anyone could have written into a film.
I swear.
This is why I held back, because I love that these people wrote this movie and said, you know, what's the one thing that would make people make really bad decisions? Sleep deprivation. Let's write an entire post-apocalyptic movie about sleep deprivation.
So one day, randomly, things start falling out of the sky. We meet our main character and her kids, and we're not going to go too much into her background, but she it seems like she's lost her kids at some point, and now the mother-in-law has possession of the kids, and she gets to visit her kids. She's seeing them one night, hanging out with them, and all of a sudden, everything shuts off. Like an EMP went off, but not just an EMP that shuts off electronics, like cars stop working, new cars, anything new that's not really analog or runs on some kind of different engine, shut down. Planes fell out of the sky, everything. So satellites falling out of the sky. It's like it's done. Like
it's done. The satellite scene was pretty cool. Hey mom, look at all those shooting stars.
We were watching it before he even said anything. We were watching it, and the sun's sitting in front of the window, and I'm like, I don't normally see this in my head. By the way, I'm like, I don't normally see this many shooting stars in the sky. This must be like, you know. I was like, oh, they're setting a scene for some kind of conversation. And then he's like, what you said, Mom, there's a lot of, look at the shooting stars. And then she looks and she says,
no, those are satellites.
And you're like, oh, shit.
Yo, dude, that was so dark. That was so dark. Because the kid is so excited. Like, look at the beautiful, like, shooting stars. Like, no, stupid. Those are the satellites falling out of the sky. We should be worried. Those are going to hit the ground.
And side note, Gina Rodriguez's character is like ex-military of some sort. So like she knows certain things. She's been part of certain black sites, right? So
can I point out that Iron Fist is in the movie and was a full-on waste of space, and it was great to watch him be that useless again.
Who in the movie?
You just made me not want to watch
Iron Fist. Iron Fist is the guy that's trying to get
Danny Rand.
Oh, Danny Rand. That's true. He was. But honestly, it's satisfying. So just watch it for that.
Yeah.
Does he die? Is he?
Well, we don't want to spoil it, Dave, but you should watch
all right, that's what's satisfying.
What do you mean you don't want to spoil it? They're awake.
No, Tobi's face gave it away.
I said his
guy dies.
Guys, if you're telling us you want us to spoil this, all of you in the comments, let us know. Do you want us to
make me read this?
Just Skinny, you're going to read
it. I'm surprised you're not reading it already. Yeah.
I'm amazed you're not watching the trailer and reading it as we're discussing it.
No, that's not nice.
But anyway, the world pretty much at the end of the day, no one can sleep. And they kind of explain to you, like within 72, like what happens in 24 hours after no sleep, 48 hours. So you start to kind of like you're aware of the stages. They do that exposition at the beginning. And as this movie slowly goes, the only person who can sleep is her daughter.
Yeah.
Right. So now everyone is after her daughter because she's either the cure or, you also have the Christian. Yeah. You have the Christian fanatics who obviously think it's a sign from God. And at one point there's a weird scene in a church.
But
anyway,
all this stuff aside, though, what did you think of the movie? Because right now you're describing it, but what do you think of the movie?
What? You froze. I didn't get that.
Oh, sorry. I said, what do you think of the movie? Because right now you're describing all the amazing scenes, but when you watched it, what did you feel? Because I watched it.
Why do you ask these questions? You're trying to like suss something out of me.
Oh no!
But I'm not gonna fall into that trap. I'm gonna tell these guys.
We owe it to the people. Like, should they watch this movie? I watched the movie,
yes,
and
you should watch this movie.
Yeah,
it's a fun watch. It's a different take on it's another take on this whole apocalyptic thing. Like we've been seeing a little more originality here for some reason since the pandemic.
Yeah.
Which
I was
interesting.
shocked.
Interesting idea with the sleep deprivation and the psychosis, and like everyone, even the main character, is slowly going crazy as the movie goes.
It's great.
Except the young daughter. So there's like at some point she's going to be in danger because the brother might be crazy, the mom might be crazy, and
dude, I'm telling you,
it gets crazy.
Watching this movie and watching this little girl, and anytime the mom's like trying to teach her, like, you need to know this to survive, and the little girl's just like crying. She's like,
no, but it makes sense because literally 12 hours, 24, maybe 48 hours ago, we were sitting eating ice cream. And now you're trying to teach me how to shoot a gun because you're losing your mind. So the little girl's reactions to that are pretty normal. Just like, no.
The little girl was great. That was a great, they picked a great actress because watching this little girl realize that everyone around her is going completely insane. And she's just like there's one point where someone's injecting somebody and she's just like, no. And she's just saying no. And you're like,
because the mother-in-law recovering or something, or she injects herself with something, but she's always taught her how to sort of like
it was
vaccinate
great.
Or whatever someone, right? So when someone was getting injected with something, she realized, there's still an air bubble in there, and you're about to inject someone with air pocket into their bloodstream, which could potentially poison you and kill you.
But it was just great to watch the reactions because she was really good at reacting and like bringing.
I would suggest watch it. Just don't. Yeah. It's a 6.5 out of 10 if I had to really rank it. But it's a fun watch. That's a pass.
And I have to watch Danny Rand.
That's a pass. It's a pass.
Okay, I'm saying this is one of those movies that's a perfect example of good versus fun. Yeah. It's not a great movie, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun concept. It could have been better. It's one of those, it could have been better. But like I didn't finish it and go, I wish I didn't see this. It was a good watch. Yeah.
I do remember this because Danielle was actually watching this the other day while like potentially falling asleep, but I was working. So all I heard was the madness of this movie on like full blast while I'm trying to work. And I'm just like, this sounds familiar. And because every 2 seconds you're just like, no, she's sleeping. You'd hear, oh my God.
Oh, that was a church. That was a church part.
Oh my God.
There is a scene where they're on a military black site.
Yeah.
And
don't tell, because that's a great scene. Don't tell people.
I'm not watching this again.
Yeah, you should watch it.
I'll watch it.
Dave, Bad Batch, what do you got for us? What are your thoughts? That's
Episode
a long
7?
Honestly, like I appreciate the last 2 episodes. Like they had some like shoutbacks. They had characters that showed up that you're like, oh, this is from Clone Wars. You know, Rex showed up.
Callbacks,
But like, can like something fucking happen?
What do you mean? Something did happen. They got their chips out, so now nobody's gonna turn.
No, but it took you 6 episodes to the most logical thing, and you needed someone else to tell you.
Yeah,
like they all knew it was bad. And what's his name's been having headaches for like 5 episodes. I got when he fell, I was like, is he gonna get up and they're gonna fight now? Like, please, because like you're like. It's compared to Rebels and compared to Clone Wars, this is a snail's fucking pace, and the snail's on a wheelchair.
I don't know if Brian's saying stuff or he's just muted or he's just really good.
No, I am 100% agreeing. I am in the holy light of the beautiful golden sun, as my buddy is saying what needs to be said, because that ish had me really annoyed. Watching these guys take so long to figure out the most basic thing. Their own crewmate, Crosshair, when they found out that the chip is what's causing him to act that way, the first thought should have been, we should get rid of our chips or figure out how to stop them. And instead, they spent 6 episodes ignoring the fact that they have these chips in their heads. And then finally, Wrecker is constantly like, oh, my head. It's like, okay, Wrecker, are you okay? It's like, no, I'm not. I don't feel good. And everyone's just like, Wrecker's just brain damaged. Whatever. Like, what is this reaction?
Yeah, half his face is burned. I'm not listening to you.
Like, I'm sorry.
Shut up, bro. Like,
no, but considering this crew, I thought the story arc by now would have been like, we got our chips out. We really like our old friend. Let's try and get him and take out his chip. Like, I thought
waiting.
Season
like, I don't
2,
like I don't
there's
like it to
25
be like
episodes for a reason.
predictable, but like that would have been better than this. Because there was 2 episodes where like, yeah, we're doing a mission, you got fucked over at the end. Or no, 1 mission, 2 episodes the exact same, except for the ending. It was, oh, we're gonna give it to you because we feel bad, and the other one is, well, you got fucked over because someone fucked you up. But the whole everything that brought you there was essentially the same.
Yeah,
true.
And they don't do that with Clone Wars or Rebels. That's why it's like there's never an episode that's the same. So I don't like it.
Especially not in like only 7 episodes. You can't have repetitive, like it felt like a procedural. It felt like I was watching a full-on procedural. Like, you know, remember when you used to watch House and at minute 41, minute 38, you'd be like, he's about to solve it. Oh, there, he did the thing. He solved it. That's how he did the thing. Like we're watching this show and we're just like, yo, this is so exciting. Like that Star Wars is continuing. They're expanding. They're still building on the universe. And then you get to these episodes, and I was just like, okay, these are a little slow, and it's still a little slow. And I'm like, okay, 6 episodes.
And to a certain degree, it is kind of Star Wars' fault for like releasing a bunch of really good content, specifically really good 3D content.
Yeah.
Like 3D animated stuff. Like, you set the bar very high, and like you had everything you needed to make this really dope. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm still curious what's going to happen with Omega. I'm still convinced that she's force sensitive at minimum, but
dude, I agree with you. Everything you said. I was trying not to say that because everyone keeps telling me I'm impatient. And yes, I know I watch TV at 1.5, but I mean, this isn't like my impatience is not what's happening here. These guys are just being slow with their story. Like factually, every episode is good, but if you have 6 or 7 episodes and 2 of them are like, oh, we need you to go get, like, 2 of them were essentially bounty stories. You had the first one where they have to go get that first bounty, the information from the droid's head, and the second one was the one with the kid, the little monster thing, and exactly what Dave's saying. But it was like such a procedural. Okay, the mission is going to go wrong here. Okay, they're going to figure out how to fix it here. Okay, and we're gonna. Oh, okay, and it was just like, okay, well, like I got excited when I saw Rex. I was like, yeah, we're gonna get some battle, and instead. You saw Rex, they get to the planet, and the episode ends with someone realizing, oh, they were here, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Like, this would have been, like, forgivable if there was, like, the other half, if every episode was, like, half them, half, like, what's going on with the sniper guy, and, like, how his vision of everything going on, then I would understand, because, like, you're taking 2 different stories and taking the episodes that you need to say it, but like there's a lot of filler. There's a lot of filler.
Actually, that's a good point. I actually want to see what's happening with Crosshair. I want to see what's happening in the early stages of the Empire. You know, like things are still unstable. There's some people that might not like what they're doing. You know, that one episode where we saw Crosshair get a team and those soldiers showed up, and that one guy didn't respect clones. He's just like, why are you important when I'm around? Like, I'm doing this for the greater cause because I want to be here. You're just here because you're just another remnant of a past system. And then Crosshair was just like, son, okay, go ahead, keep talking out the side of your mouth like that. And then took care of business. And that was an interesting story. And I really do want to see more stories like that. And maybe even times where he starts to slip, the same way Wrecker and his chip cause him to go dark. Is Crosshair having moments where he slips back? And is that why they showed him in the machine the second time? Like, that's interesting to me. So hopefully, maybe you're right. Maybe because there's 14 episodes, maybe we get a really long part with them and then another part with him. Fingers crossed, because
but like they gotta do something soon.
Yeah.
Like there's no more sitting on your hands anymore, you know?
Yeah. Wastelanders, Old Man Star-Lord, the audio play. It's a podcast. It's out now anywhere you listen to podcasts. Audio plays are just called podcasts now. That's just what it is. Go check it out. It's really interesting. It's Old Man. It's the same kind of universe as Old Man Logan, except with Star-Lord and Rocket. They come back to Earth for the first time. They haven't been on Earth in like decades, it sounds like, because they generally don't know. It's been 30 years since the thing, quote unquote, happened, and they don't even know. Like they plan to get to Earth and like Star-Lord's talking about like going to this place, hanging out with this hero, seeing these people, and then he gets there and he's just like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? And the whole show is just them trying to, like, it's him trying to figure out what's going on, making allyships. If you read Old Man Logan, there are some similarities, you know, like dealing with, you know, the Baron of that area and having to pay taxes. There's a character that's like that in there, and that kind of storyline. But ultimately, it's really fun. And if you guys have never really experienced audio plays like this, this is a good one to start with, because if you're a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy and you know the characters, you're going to be jumping into something you can actually kind of visualize, and it's just these like voices and sound effects and kind of filling out the rest, but you get to actually visualize what's going on. So I would say check it out.
Dope.
Yeah. I think that means it's that time for the wonderful, the always exciting Geek News and Rumors.
Rumours.
Let's go.
Anything of interest? The Marvels, which is going to star, which is Captain Marvel 2, is going to have South Korean actor Park Seo. I'm so sorry. Park Seo-joon. You know what? I'll let Dave say them. Like getting less trouble.
Seo-joon?
Oh my God, guys! Park Seo-joon. Park Seo-joon.
Yeah, that dude.
That's it.
That's it. Here we go. Sounds.
Or sometimes they do. I think it's the other way around in South Korean or Korean, where it's like Seo-joon Park.
Say it with your
chest.
chest.
But anyway, yeah. But who is he playing?
They don't know yet. That's everyone's trying to figure out. New character, possibly old cat. We don't know. It's just exciting because he has. We kind of know Marvel wants to go international. He's a relatively popular actor in the Korean scene, from what I was reading. So I was just like, oh, this sounds interesting. So people are kind of excited about it. I saw it on a whole bunch of sites. Like it was one of the last things I saw before we started the show, and it was like popping up everywhere while I was looking. No Lego Batman 2. So, I was actually a little disappointed until I read that Dan Harmon was the one who was writing the script, and I was like,
fuck you.
Get out of here.
That's unfortunate. But wasn't it the guy who wrote Loki though that was writing on it?
I don't know if he was
like
one
the creator of Loki.
I'm not sure. I just know that they said Dan Harmon was working on it, and I was just like, good. Just take away.
You know what's the most disappointing part about this? Is that I have like a calendar here, and it's like so many days without having to like talk about Dan Harmon. Now I have to like scratch it out and go like one.
How many days has mentioned the devil himself? I don't know.
That sucks, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Jay Grease just asked us about Blue Marvel. I don't think we're gonna see Blue Marvel. It would be cool if Spectrum, Photon, well, most likely Photon will be her name, if we got Monica Rambeau's Photon and her boyfriend, but I don't know if we're going to see him in the Marvels, because I would actually want him to have his own movie, because he has such a crazy backstory. Like it would be kind of
also too many. It'd just be so cheesy and tacky at that point if like another Marvel comes into the picture.
True. Tack on all the Marvels.
Yeah. But if there was a movie to do it, it would be.
Huh? Oh, America Chavez is showing up soon, so he is going to come eventually. I just don't know when.
I'm totally down for America Chavez.
Yeah, she's going to be in Doctor Strange too.
Oh, yes, that's true. They did announce her.
Yeah, they casted her in Doctor Strange too.
They already cast her.
Yeah,
Miss America's coming through. That's going to be dope. It's true. That's going to be dope. I'm excited for her. She's a solid character. Really cool character. I like the dude. She punches through universes. That's crazy. That is crazy. What kind of power you punch through anyways, that's doesn't even make sense. Sonic 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is filming, and Shamar Moore has joined the cast. That's pretty cool.
He's gonna be Knuckles for sure. They're going to be Knuckles Black.
Well, it looks like he's filming on set, so I don't think he's doing I don't think he's gonna be a voice. I think he's gonna be live action part.
He'll be Knuckles' human counterpart.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Like his human friend. Yeah.
Marsden was Sonic's count.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Knuckles is going to be like a hip hoppy black kind of, then that'll be his.
Oh God, that sounds so cheesy, but okay. Yeah, it's fair.
Hey, cartoons. I mean, not cartoons, but kids movies. Which are
Yeah. No, it's fair. It's the archetypes of like representation.
Who's in it? Jason Momoa they offer the voice acting for Knuckles?
Yes.
Oh, that's true. Yes, that is true.
That's very
I
true.
can do that.
Jason Momoa and Shamar Moore. Okay, calm down, ladies. I already hear you.
He'll just be like a Samoan type. Like,
just saying those two names, I can hear the ladies being like, "All right, it sounds like I'm buying tickets." Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania filming has already started. It's kind of a weird way that it got announced because Paul Rudd was doing a promo video for a football player called the Cheetah, and in the video, at the end of it, he's just like, I'm not going to be there because I'm going to be filming. I'm filming currently in London, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was funny. And then he said, maybe I will be there. I'll be really small. And I was like, this motherfucker's playing all this.
What did you say the football player was called?
The Cheetah was his name, no?
Yeah, that's his nickname. It's just funny to know to think. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not even going to say who it is. If anyone here knows who's called the Cheetah in football, type it right now.
This is how much Brian cares about football.
Shit.
I could actually care less too. Look.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Well, I mean,
anyway,
it's not that interesting.
Football's boring.
Oh, see, I wasn't gonna go that far.
Football's boring. It's like golf and baseball. They're fun to play. They're boring to watch.
You know when we sent Dave that contract for the podcast when he started? At the bottom, I said if he ever says "fuck football" or "football sucks" in any capacity, he's gone. So, guys, this is his inaugural last episode.
Yep. No more Dave
he will not be back.
I don't love football, but I do agree with the sentiment that it's more fun to play than it is to watch.
That sucks. You're missing out.
I watch football. I'm not missing out. That's my point.
If someone does a cool play, it's because someone fucked up on the other team. It's just like baseball. The best baseball game is the boringest because you strike the guy out every time, and then nothing happens.
I'll admit
baseball is way more boring.
Yeah, baseball's super boring. I'll admit that there's some cool stuff in football because one-handed catches over someone's head as you're running backwards, wild shit. Don't get me wrong. Stuff like that, I'm just like, amazing. But that doesn't happen every game. It
happens a lot in a lot of games.
Is it happening more often now? Because when I was watching football,
it wasn't happening often. Yeah, it is. Like, it's just like any sport. Like, the kids coming up today in any sport now are like,
idolize the kids who did stuff before.
Mind-blowing athletes, bro. Okay. Like in every sport, MMA, football, basketball, like they're all 7 foot tall and dunking at like age 12. You know, so like coming into the league, you're seeing pure athleticism like you've never seen it before. Everybody trains better now, eats better. You know what I mean? Like over time, we just learned to engineer our bodies better. That these kids are growing up as machines, literally.
Oh, that's
so the Cheetah, Tyreek Hill, is like one of the fastest, if not the fastest, wide receiver in the league right now. Honestly, he's faster than most players in the league right now.
Yeah, Cheetah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Disney Plus moving original series to premiere on Wednesdays after the success of Loki.
So they're moving it all to Wednesdays.
All their original shows will premiere on Wednesdays.
This one's hard enough. It is hard to watch on a Wednesday before the show.
Yes,
it is.
I agree. Yeah. It is. For me, the only reason I can do it this early, as early as I did, is because I woke up super early. If ever there's a day that I don't wake up super early and I have work, I have to watch it between like when I finish 5 and we start at 6:30. Yeah. Which it's not. I want to sit and enjoy it so I can think about it, as opposed to just kind of rushing through it.
Disney, they're trying to screw this podcast over.
I mean,
probably more Star Wars stuff is going to be coming out on Fridays, and they don't want to have to compete with them with their own shit.
They're going to stick to the movies on Fridays. All the TV shows are getting moved over to Wednesdays.
Dumbass.
Yeah,
right. I don't think it's great. There's actually a list if you guys want to check it out. We'll probably add some of this stuff into the description so you guys can check out when we add the timestamps. We might put the links. But yeah, they sent a list out. Monsters at Work, which is the continuation of Monsters Inc. is going to be July. Oh man, what the hell is happening? Sorry,
July 2nd.
No, my computer froze as I was looking at it. Yes, sorry. It's moving from July 2nd to July 7th. Turner and Hoot. I don't care about that one. Nope, don't care about that one either. Chippendale Park Life.
Chippendale Park Life. Hold on, talk to me.
Yeah,
animated
Chippendale
series
movie
about
coming.
Chippendale. This is a series though. It's going to be moving from July 23rd to July 28th. The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse season 1B is going to move from July 30th to July 28th, so it's moving up 2 days. Growing Up Animals moves from August 20th to August 18th, and Short Circuit season 2 moves from July 30th to August 4th.
Really? Short Circuit?
Yeah, I don't think it's the same Short Circuit we're thinking of. Not the
one with the Wally. What Wally was inspired by?
Yeah, not the one with the brown face, or the white actor who played in South Asian, and it's problematic ass shit. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, Jay Grace just said it, and I think some people are unfortunately thinking it. But until Hawkeye, if there's What If, and if they don't have a solid other Marvel thing, a lot of the geeks are probably going to be like, I'm okay.
I'm watching Hawkeye.
I think Hawkeye would probably be better than Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Ooh, heavy statement.
Toby might be right.
Shots fired.
Hawkeye never got
not really.
to shine. They might give him 10 episodes. So,
exactly. But on top of that, there's more unknowns with Hawkeye than there was with Falcon and Winter Soldier. Everything that happened every episode were like,
and dude, crazy prediction here again. I want to see Young Avengers introduced in Hawkeye, like the team. Like you've established
the rudimentary team, like the base team.
You've started nodding to all of them. Miss Marvel's getting her own show. Kate Bishop is going to be in the Hawkeye series. You have Stature, who's already been introduced. She might not show up, but at least acknowledge her existence. You have Elijah, who's been introduced in Falcon Winter Soldier. And America Chavez, like Skinny just mentioned, is going to be in the Multiverse of Madness for Doctor Strange. You have so many parts for the Young Avengers. And you had the kids, the twins from WandaVision. Let's get it. Come on now. Don't play so much. Don't play too much. I'm not saying start the team, but acknowledge that something is happening.
All right. Well, it's going to be with Kang coming through and erasing the existence of the Avengers, and then the Young Avengers are going to have to stop him. We know this.
Interesting. I didn't think that was where they were going to go, but that's fair.
Yeah, he's hella pissed because it's going to be the cause of either the Avengers or whatever that his wife gets destroyed or fucked up from the TVA, and he's going to be all mad and take it out on Ant-Man, and then because Ant-Man doesn't exist, he never saved the Avengers, so that's all going to be fucked up.
Wild. Oh, shit.
I don't know.
You have Skinny spoiling everything, but Doc's upset that you know that it's Enchantress and fucking Loki.
I'm not upset that it's Enchantress. I'm just saying it's boring that it's Enchantress because Enchantress is the obvious decision.
He just told you everything.
I didn't tell you everything. I guessed everything, and it kind of made sense.
Wow. You know what? I was randomly in my own world here, but Enchantress, DC, and Marvel.
Yeah, they have two.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which came first?
Marvel.
Does it matter?
It does matter. It does matter in the sense that, don't they normally not pick the same names for characters because of copyright issues?
Captain Marvel, bro.
Yeah, it's copyright.
Yeah, but they got sued for that.
Yeah, but they settled that, and they technically DC could use the name Captain Marvel. They just don't want to because Captain Marvel at Marvel it's more popular. Like the name Captain Marvel speaks to the nature of the whole brand. It's like Captain Marvel, the name of our whole existence. It's like, well, let's call him Shazam then. It's like cut him at the knees.
1966 for DC's.
Oh, Marvel's before then.
Hell yeah. Of course. That's a Kirby thing. I imagine.
So yeah, that's wild.
Maybe by a couple years, maybe 3-4 years.
Mike, it's because they're lunatics and they just like being angry.
Oh.
No. Dan Harmon is actually a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Legit.
If you guys really want to know how bad Dan Harmon is, look up Dan Harmon baby video and then try and keep watching things that he produces and not feeling a little bit weird that someone who had this in mind is also writing Rick and Morty. I'm not saying I'm not going to try and put someone in prison for thought crimes, but it's one thing when you have a thought. It's another thing where you make your thought into a video and a graphic video at that. And then, you know, it's weird. So go ahead, look it up. Dan Harmon baby video.
Go ahead, look it up. Yeah,
you gotta do that.
But make sure you do that shit on incognito, because that.
But I do
that on your computer.
no. Oh no! I actually forget when or which episode we started ragging on him as hard, but I know it was Community. It was Community and Rick and Morty related.
Motherfucker over here
like Rick and Morty
about how good Rick and Morty was, and I just went ham on how annoyed I was with how bad it was, and then that just turned into me hating on him as much as possible.
Rick and Morty fans and new South Park fans.
Yo, listen, hold on. I'm in a conversation with Jay Grizz over here because he thinks I'm crazy for saying Hawkeye will be better than Winter Falcon.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet.
Oh.
I am willing to bet. And I said $200, and now he's going down to $20. Right. That's how confident I am that it will be better.
Man, be like Loki, gentleman's bet. Whoever's right. This motherfucker's like
bragging rights.
Fuck out of here, gentlemen.
2 bills.
I could use some new Bose headphones.
Oh shit.
How about this? If Tobi wins, Jay Grizz, I don't know, we get him on the show and I don't know, we'll do something.
Oh, yes. Oh. Okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but if Jay Grizz wins,
okay,
to be one of the hosts for like the week. If Tobi wins, Tobi would have to figure out what he wants.
That means the
he gets
judging
to replace you for 1 week if he wins.
Oh, so he's not Brian's replacement. He's Tobi's replacement.
Well, you're the betting. You're betting.
You're the one betting. I'm not making a bet with you.
That's amazing. How do you go from $200 to me losing my place over here?
It's 1 week.
You're the one who threw up the
My question is this:
it's 1 week. You're not good.
Does that make us the judges? Because it can't be Tobi or him who determines if the show's better than.
Yeah.
Yo, it's such a low bar. Yo, I'm doing it. I'm in. Done. I'm in. Winter Falcon is such a low bar. It's not even like I could. It's crazy. I'm definitely in.
But that's fair. Okay, criteria: the not episode. The overall show has to be better than the other show. So we can only decide once Hawkeye has finished.
Treats and Treats are sponsoring this.
The fight scenes themselves are going to be better than all of Winter Falcon put together.
Okay,
just saying.
This is interesting.
Just saying.
Yeah, I guess we could do fan vote.
Yeah,
okay.
we could do that.
I don't know about this. I think there's gonna be some colluding with this fan vote. I feel like us three are perfectly fine.
No, but I'm
figure it out.
Okay, fine. Us three plus the fan vote. So we'll put it on our social medias and we'll let people vote, and whichever we'll do it that way.
Just vote on which show is better.
Yeah.
Period. No.
So we have to wait. We have to wait till Hawkeye's completely done. Then we put up a poll, and it's going to be on our IG. So make sure you follow us on Instagram at Geektastic Cypher. Follow us on our socials now, and then we'll all reshare it, obviously. But follow us. We'll put it up at Geektastic Cypher. We'll put up the poll, and it'll be like which show is better, and it's just with Winter Falcon or Hawkeye.
So
the only equivalent. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
For me, going on vacation,
yes,
while this guy takes my place for a week, he's got to give up those 2 bills at least.
That's not happening. I don't know about that.
You gotta say no to that.
I don't know about that one.
Fucking shooting to the moon over here.
The equivalent of my presence is $200.
Just saying.
Wait. Are you guys getting paid for the show? I ain't getting paid for this show.
I don't know y'all.
Okay, we'll have to figure out the details for this. Guys, we got to wrap it up. Like I said, we got to show a little respect to Eve and Trina, right? A little bit.
Yeah. And probably even start yet. Them niggas always late.
I know, true. Facts. That's the whole show, kids. Anything you guys want to say to the people out there?
You want to tell me your results? Call Montreal?
Oh, yeah, that too.
We said it at the top. Number 6.
We did? Oh,
yeah. Cool. Yeah, man. So yeah, actually, that's a good point. Shout outs to you guys. We appreciate that you guys voted for us. We love being number 6. As I said before, we're still the number 1 geek show on the list. There's no other geek shows above us. So at the end of the day, we might not be number 3 like we were last year, but we're still the best geek show in the city. So
damn straight.
Y'all need to come with it. Y'all need to come
beat all those French podcasts in Montreal, but dang, we're one of the top.
Who also
the
just
top
popped
English
up
ones.
this year.
We were right behind Mike Ward. All right, he has a huge
that's
super fan base. So like,
that's very true.
I'm fine with that.
I'm proud. I'm proud of our spot, and I'm proud of the work that we do. We do a great show every week. We have a whole bunch of great people tuned in. We want, usual thank you to all y'all. Prince, Grizz, Mike, Lee J, Mobs, Devin, like all y'all. So, we appreciate it. That's it. That's all. Don't forget, we are doing Geek-tastic news and rumors daily now. We've done Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So there's some episodes up right now. So you guys make sure you can go check those out if you haven't had a chance. That's the whole show.
And look out for the clips. I was a little late in posting or editing last week, but I'll get a bunch up this week.
Yeah, but even the other clips, go check out the clips from 250 because that was great. Those clips are still super funny to watch if you guys didn't watch it live. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. We're out. Peace, y'all.
Deuces.